Hello and welcome to another tutorial. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how you can use Azure Site Recovery feature to replicate an Azure virtual machine from one Azure region to another. Please take a look at this diagram and familiarize yourself with the resources that we are going to make. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and create the resources in Central India, Azure region. And after that, I'm going to show you by screen sharing how you can initiate replication of this VM to Azure South India region. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see how it is done. Okay, everyone, we are now in our test environment. I have got two resource groups as per the diagram. So the first resource group RG-A, that's in Central India, as you can see. This is where my source Azure resources are. I've kept it minimal, but in your production environment, when you're going to do this, you will have resources like Azure load balancers, Azure network security groups, and so forth. So just be mindful that this is the basic setup that I just wanted to show you how this feature works. But in production environment, you will have a lot more Azure resources, and you will need to create everything except the Azure virtual machine that you're replicating in your destination region prior to enabling the Azure Site Recovery feature for your Azure virtual machine. So as I said before, this is my source Azure resource group where I've got an Azure virtual machine and a basic VNet. And RG-A-DR is my destination resource group. In there, I've replicated the same VNet. I've added DR in the end to identify these resources. As you can see, I've created an Azure Recovery Services vault as well. This is a requirement for enabling Azure Site Recovery feature. So I've created that as well. When you're doing this, make sure that you follow a standardized naming convention so you're not confused when looking at these resources in the future. So let's go ahead and see how this is done. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Recovery Services vault. This is in South India, the destination region. So I'm going to click on my Recovery Service vault and I'm going to click Enable Site Recovery. In here, I'm going to select Azure Virtual Machine. So let's go ahead and click Enable Replication. Now I'm going to select the source region. In this demonstration, the source region is Central India. So let me type Central India. There we go. We've got Central India. And then we have to select the resource group, which is RG-A. And disaster recovery between availability zones. Now I do not have availability zones, so I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. So therefore I'm going to keep this setting as no. Let's click next. In here, Azure Site Recovery is going to identify the virtual machines that are in that resource group, which is our virtual machine VM-A. So I'm going to select that. Click next. Now in here, it's going to give us a few options to select. So first of all, target location, we have confirmed that in this demonstration, we're going to go with South India. So let me just select South India. And the target resource group, I've already created this, which is RG-A-DR. So I'm going to select my target resource group. VNet, I have already created the VNet as well. This is identical to what we have in the source in Central India. So I'm going to select the VNet that I have created in South India region. And it's going to select the default subnet because that's the only subnet that I have. If you've got multiple subnets, make sure that you select the correct subnet for replication. Now, in terms of storage, this is something that you need to be mindful because this is a cost-based action, which means you're going to pay continuously for replicating your virtual machines. So the source virtual machine, I've got standard SSD, so the replication will happen on standard SSD as well. But for cost saving purposes, I am going to change this to standard HDD, which is the slowest, but I can very quickly change it back to standard SSD or even premium SSD if need be in the future. So I'm just going to leave the replication at the source um, as standard SSD. That's what my production virtual machine is. But the replica or the replication that is happening in South India Azure region is going to use standard HSD. So this will help me keep my cost to a minimum. And the churn rate, I'm going to leave it as normal churn. If you select high churn, it's going to probably impact the performance of your production VM. So just be careful of selecting the churn rate. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it as normal, and I'm just going to confirm selection. Now in here, you can configure availability options as well. Mine is a single instance. I do not have any availability zones. So I'm just going to cancel that, and I'm going to go next. In here, you can create a retention policy. Now, I recommend that you create a custom retention policy by clicking Create New. So I'm going to now click Create New and create a new policy. So click name and type in a name. I'm going to call it DR policy 1. Retention period, I'm going to set it to 7 days. Now if you hover over this eye icon, it's going to tell you what it is. It means the number of days which recovery points will be retained. So in this setting, it's going to retain 7 days worth of recovery points. If you go up to 14, for example, you will have to pay more money because there'll be more recovery services points. So select this carefully and do what's best for your specific scenario. And I'm going to enable app consistent snapshots as well. This is very important. Otherwise, there's a possibility that the applications running on the source server will not work properly on the destination replica. So make sure that you enable app consistent snapshots as well. So I'm gonna leave it at 2 and I'm gonna click OK. So we've got the new policy created, and extension settings, I'm just gonna leave this as default. Allow ASR or Azure Site Recovery to manage, and you need an automation account for this to work. So the automation account, it's going to create a new one for me automatically, so I don't have to do anything here. And I'm going to click next, and I'm going to enable replication. So this is obviously going to take a while depending on the size of your virtual machine, so be a little bit patient. And after you have successfully run this, you will be able to see your virtual machines under your recovery services vault under replicated items. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you, which I forgot initially, was the virtual machine that I'm using has got outbound connectivity without any restrictions, but in your production environment, you may have different settings for outbound connectivity. So if you've got a setup that's restricted, make sure that these endpoints in here are allowed, because you need this outbound connectivity for the Azure replication to work. So now this is going to take a while. So what you can do is when you do this, you can let it run, wait for this to finish. I'm not going to keep the video running because this can take up to an hour, even more, depending on the size of the virtual machine. But I'll show you where to look for once the replication has started. So if you go to your recovery services vault, let me expand the menu, and if you go to replicated items, your virtual machine is going to show up here once the replication has been completed. So come back here and check your replication. Health and status and everything else will be shown accordingly. Guys, I think that's enough for this video, so I'm gonna end the video here. I don't want to overload you with more information. If you've got any questions around this process, put a comment below and I'll answer your questions. If you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.